Hey there, Wargamers, Justin the Iron Painter here, and we are now live. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in early. Thank you very much. How are all of you? How did you sleep? How's your day? How you doing? I hope you are doing well. Team Amp fought to the last mech. We did. We gave it a valiant effort. We most definitely did not go quietly into the night. We will not go quietly into the night. Today is our Independence Day. Yep. That's what it felt like was going down. That's what it felt like. Let me get some paints up here off my desk. Good goose. We had Clan Wolf popping in. Spaboosh. What's up? We had Dragon. We had Memoff in here. Lord 17 and Dragon, which I already said. So yeah, Team Amp put up a good fight. Psycho cheated a little bit, brought in extra mechs. But all things considered, I think it was a pretty good brawl. Pretty good brawl indeed. Indeed. I think we'll learn a few things, and I think next time our goal is to have a few more people in the stream who are locked in and want to participate. That was probably the one thing that was the most difficult thing to wrangle, was trying to get feedback or responses from stream chat. So trying to get people lined up who want to participate and will be there for sure is something I want to do. That's just going to make it a little easier on all of us, I think. Memoff was super helpful. Dragon was super helpful. We had a new guy whose name I can't remember, started with a W, I think, who was super helpful and attentive. But it was pretty difficult at times to get people to respond and be ready to roll. One of the other things that we need to address is the redemptions. I don't know what was going on with those and why they were so out of whack. We gotta get that addressed. And then we need to address, we'll sell that one. Yeah, and Cookie Mandius. Totally forgot Cookie. Yeah, Cookie with his Atlas. That was funny. That was really funny. But yeah, we need to lock down how the redemptions work, make them work properly, and then make sure when people do stuff they know. So like next time, for example, for the reinforcements, the intent for the reinforcements is for the person who brings in the reinforcements to take command of the mech. So in this case, Psycho brought in reinforcements and then had to leave. He knew he had to leave, and I wasn't gonna push the issue. But next time, we're gonna have it set up where a person can only bring in one reinforcement per user. And there would only be a couple anyway. And then if they back out, that mech retreats. The intent is to make sure whoever uses the points stays and participates. That's what we want. We want that community engagement. So not a huge ordeal, but that's something we're going to do next time when we play. Yeah, Clan Wolf was pretty bananas, and Dumpster Fire was on it. He was on it. But yeah, Clan Wolf went hard, and the thing that worked out did well, that did work well, was the community engagement in terms of rerolls, despite us feeling like that wasn't functioning properly, and there were too many of them. That was still fun. And then we had the repairs, and then we had the couple of donations for repairs, which were really cool. So like that really did impact how the game progressed and continued, and clearly the game would have went very different without those types of interactions, but those interactions were fun and they changed the way the game played out, which is kind of the point, for you guys to have an impact on how the story unfolds, how the game unfolds. So yeah, let's turn back on our normal point things and turn off the Battletech ones, because we don't need those anymore, or at least not for now. We don't. Cool. Alright. So, anyways, today, I hope you guys are doing well. If you have anything that you worked on that you'd like to share with us, I encourage you to throw up some pictures for us. Let us see your hobby progress. But what's up, Snoopy? I do want to segue for a moment, and I think I want to build a mech, and then we'll get into doing some painting. This shouldn't take long, but it came in, and I'm really eager to put them together. So let me grab one of my bases here. Because we're going to need it. Got it. I have like a weird film on it or something. John, liking us on Facebook. Thank you. I appreciate that, John. John didn't get to make it last night, but we were trying to get him involved too. He had to work, unfortunately, as did Daff. I believe Daff had to work, I think. We tried. Completed my Kid Boo yesterday. Learned a ton. Nice. Right. I was at the mailbox today. And that's where this stuff came from, and I did not have a box. Well, Snoopy, I think you turned out pretty good, man. I thought it looked good. Yeah, I'm hoping we get more people engaged next time. And hopefully it will be a little bit better at organizing, maneuvering mechs, identifying what's what, like putting tags on buildings and stuff. Things like that will be really, really helpful, I think. But there were a handful of users, like my mom, for example, Colby, who they blew up the stream on a big screen or something, and they were counting the hexes. So like they took it serious, and they were very specific for where they wanted to go, and that was pretty cool. That while it was a very bantery for funsy game, people actually who weren't there were trying to play as though they were there, and I thought that was really cool, and that's kind of the point. Oh, that happens, man. That happens. So, what we'll probably do is set up more, Hey, John, thank you. That is number 16 for the month. 16 subs. Thank you. Let me update our stuff. Also, I need to turn off timers, too, because the wet palette contest is over, giveaway is over, and the dice is over. So let's do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Oh, Clan Wolf got the shout out too. Thank you. I was getting ready to type that. Thank you. What kind of emote did I get? What is that? I can't tell what that is, but I got some kind of emote. Firework or something. Anyway. Yeah, if you guys aren't following Mr. Hobby Dad Gaming on Twitch too, pop on over, hit that follow button, show some hobby love. But yeah, I'd like to be doing this type of thing at least once a month, is what I would like to do, and we'll probably tether it to some type of donation goal. I feel a little bad about doing that, but it guarantees that I can offset taking time away from work. If we enjoy doing that, we'll allocate the one day, at least a month to do it if we hit the goal, and that'll be a day that we're doing gaming. I could take it away from work if I need to. What's up, Wooden Spoon? So we'll try that, and we'll see. Going into next year, we can theme some of our months. Gameplay sessions, like me dressing up in a onesie was really stupid, but it was fun. It was goofy. Had a good time. Once my Mando costume's done, doing a Star Wars themed one for Legion would be cool. But yeah, theming it around holidays that are coming up is a fun thing to do, I think. So we'll see how it transpires and how it goes. I need to get that damn Mando suit done. We'll see. Look fairly comfortable. I mean, it was all right. It was all right. Not the best size for my my physique, but it was all right. We wore it with style, as much style as we could put into that. And Wooden Spoon, what's up, man? How are you doing? Ugh, my nose is running. I'm not sure why. Anyway, while we chat, let's switch cameras here. I did have a nice butt pocket on that thing. Okay, got that going. And let's go ahead and turn that down a smidge. All right. So, got some dice in the mail today. from Dragon's Fury Creed dice. These are from Mech Dark Age. This is their faction dice. I found a set for $15, which is a really good deal. So I bought some. Yeah, that happens, man. For sure. So long as everyone's having fun, once you get it adjusted, though, that's good. Alright, so we got a Fafnir in today. And I want to build this before we get into painting. This is what I want to do. It's not that many parts. It said 3 pieces, but this is actually 4 pieces, because whoever said that can't count. I mean, I guess technically it's 3, but once those come off, it's really kind of 4, but it takes 4 pieces to put them together. Where's my snips? Where'd you go, snips? Ah, here they are. I'll just throw it on the ground. You guys know how I do. Alright, so... Okay. Oh, Fafnir. Okay, so that's a little cleanup areas on there to do. That got a little bent. We'll see if we can't get that back in one shape here. And that's a little warp there. So Snoopy, were you following like the procedure that Epic Duck follows when he does his like kind of cell shaded minis? I'm assuming that's what you were going for. This is a hunk of metal too. This is a heavy boy. But it looks so cool, and it was like $8. The site had him for like $8, and I was like, yeah, I'll take a Fafnir for $8. It looks so cool. I got a list of mechs I want to buy and expand too. I got probably 15 mechs on my list of wants right now. Yep. All ready to expand. I also really think it'd be fun to have community-driven Battletech stuff. So, like, if we do more Battletech, stuff like what Clan Wolf did, where he sent me the Maraudery painted whenever it arrives, and have it set up where if people want to paint a mech for me, give them the opportunity to do that. And have it on hand, so if they show up for a stream and they want to come in as cavalry, they can redeem the points and we can grab their mech and play. So long as it's era accurate. I want to make sure that's accurate. Thank you, Duff, for the like on the Facebook. I do want to make sure that, like, if we're playing a certain era, that a mech out of era doesn't come in, but I think that would be a lot of fun. Something new and engaging and different, gives people some opportunities to paint something and see their guy on stream. I also think for some giveaways in the future, having a stuff like Kill Team and whatnot, where if I paint something and someone wins that model plays in the Kill Team campaign or something until it dies, and then when it dies, I ship it to them. You know, so they want to see their MIDI do well, but also they don't get it till they pass away. So I'm not set on that one yet, but that was just the idea that was floating around in my head. It seems like a fun thing to do. Yeah, I think I got the flash off that. Got a little flash here's gotta go. Bye, 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 bye. Flash, flash. Like I said, this won't take too long. I got the mech in and I wanted to build it. It's not like building 40k, so it's usually pretty speedy. At least compared to 40k models for me. And John, you said you were watching some of the game last night. Did you enjoy it? Was there anything we could do better at? Any thoughts? I do like this mech, but I prefer the mechs with a little bit more, the model specifically, that have a little bit more opportunity for posing. So like the Hellbringer I got, I was able to pose the legs a little bit. Actually, I think a lot of it, with the feet in particular. And then the Fafnir I was able to do a little bit, but like a lot of these have fixed legs, so you can't really do much. You're very limited on the posing that you can get away with, because their joints don't really move. Now sometimes with like certain arms and stuff you can do a little bending, but very limited. Well, good. Yeah, if we had more people on hand, it would be helpful. I need to get better at doing this on my own, though, because this is the goal. If we get into an apartment or a house next year with two bedrooms, and the one bedroom or extra bedroom is for the stream, we're gonna have a stream goal to pick up 2 or 3 cameras and the switcher board that we're using at the shop. The switcher board's like $300. It's really not that bad, assuming it's in stock, because it is very affordable and a very powerful piece of equipment. So we had to wait for it to come in stock, and Austin got it the moment it came in stock. And I'm pretty sure at that moment, I don't know about now, but at that moment I think it sold out again. If it didn't, it was going really quick, and we had to wait. And when it came in, we finally we got it. You know, we weren't even sure exactly how much use we'd get out of it, but it was a good deal, and we were wanting to do more content creation and stuff at the shop, so we got it. So me being able to have access to the same equipment at home and be able to run this kind of thing at home means we could do more stuff. So that's my goal next year, if we can get to it, is to be able to do some of this from home. Now, stream growth is really going to dictate some of what we get to do, but that is the goal. Oh yeah. So that's what I'm getting at. That's super helpful if you have people. But I'm gonna have to try and learn how to do that on my own, because I'm not always gonna have another person with me. That's also why I want to make sure a moderator is involved as well, from the chat side, because they can make sure that I'm seeing what I need to see when I don't have it was hard to read what was on the screen because it was really, really small. So having somebody available in Discord for that is easy. Having another human body there is hit or miss. I may not always have Austin, and especially if I'm start doing this at home as well. I got to be able to figure out the process for me. So figuring out if there's something I can do to make the job more manageable is what I need to do. What's up, Embassy? How you doing? Oh man, I thought you were having Noah ticket down there. I figured you would have just driven down to his place and dropped it on his doorstep. I know he's quarantining, but I assumed you would have just dropped off the package and let him, not physically engage with you and then take it down there. I guess it would have been a 4-hour round trip, but you would have known it would have been there by Christmas. But that's fair. I also have oh, I knew he was quarantining. I thought he would be okay with you just dropping a package off, but not having any physical interaction. You know, like the mail, just putting it on his doorstep and letting him pick it up when he's comfortable. But that's fine. Well, Embassy, yeah, they look. I mean, these are pewter. This is plastic, and then this one is resin. So you do get a different look at them. But yeah, so I'm waiting for the Kickstarter stuff to come in a few months, and I do have the campaign book coming as well, and I've got the RPG book coming. Sorry guys, hang on. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what he told me. He was also upset that his sister was flying instead of driving. And Dragon, yeah, I want to get that book. I also really want to get Shattered Republic, but you can't find it anywhere. I think I found a store that had it, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it. It's $30. I just haven't done it. Yeah, some people do dumb stuff, man. It's very frustrating. Yeah, see, I've got, I think, 2. Yeah, I found 2 stores that have it, but yeah, I was hoping to get Shattered Fortress as well, or the 3145 book, which they don't have. Yeah, I mean, they have the other stuff, but yeah, I really wanted to get Shattered Fortress because, like, I like I started in the Dark Age era with the clicks, so that's why I have an affinity for those mechs in that era, and I would like to get that book because it covers a lot of it, and I think Ill Clan comes out after. I think it's the second book. It follows Shattered Fortress, I think, when it comes out. So I'm hoping to get that one too. But finding stuff is not easy. That's a hard book to get a hold of, the Shattered Fortress one. What's up, Lando? How you doing, man? How you doing? I feel like we saw you a little bit last night, but I feel like we didn't get to engage with you much. Hopefully, you were just busy and it wasn't us neglecting you. If we were neglecting you, I apologize. That was not the intent. But we were talking a bit about the Battletech from yesterday. Talking about the future of what we do on stream. Things I want to try to do with Battletech in the future and other tabletop games. Battletech's the easy one right now. So that's kind of what we were focused on. Thank you. Yeah, we ended up with one mech. That our final mech went down. It was 1v3. We talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the stream. Our points redemptions were messed up, and it was allowing too many to happen. And then I will articulate better next time reinforcements. If somebody brings in reinforcements, the intent is for them to participate. And if they can't, their mech retreats. They exit the battle. The whole point of me putting that one in there, which can turn the tide of the game, is less about re-rolling and playing fate. It's more about somebody really wants to get involved and play, and they're not playing. Yesterday everything went fine. I'm okay that we lost. It was a blast. We lasted a lot longer than I thought we would. We had two of the reinforcements claimed, and then Psycho left. He knew he had to leave, and he claimed both of them. And I want to set it up where you can only claim one, so that's my bad. But he claimed both of them with his points, and then left. And it is what it is. But next time I'm articulating this, I want people in the stream to be able to participate if they want, and if they feel like they're not able to engage or they're not commanding a mech, and they're like, I saved up these points, I really want to play, they can come off the sidelines and get in the game. I just want to make sure they're actually using that mech. Otherwise it's just going to retreat. Because that's not the intent of it. The intent was that's not meant to turn the tide of the battle. It's meant to get somebody to play with us. So, if that makes sense. But fortunately, we had a lot of painted stuff on hand from one of the guys at the shop, so we were able to use a lot of his mechs for the Op 4. So that was pretty cool. Old Faffy. I like having a little turn in my mechs. I think having him forward facing for the most part is going to be okay. But I do feel like, in general, the stream last night was a success. I was pretty happy with it, even with me being dressed like an idiot. You guys can't really see. I'm leaning forward. Sorry. Gluing this guy's torso to his legs. Yep. Dressed up as Justin in the reindeer suit. I thought that was pretty funny, if I'm honest. It cracked me up. I feel like this guy's one tumble away from his torso flying off that thing. Okay. This is one of my favorite mechs to play in MechWarrior Online. It's one of the only assaults that I'll play. I think mine's got, is it 4 Ultra AC5s in it, or 4 Ultra AC2s or something? He's just like, clack, 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 clack. Yeah. I think we got those side cannons on there pretty well. He's a chunky boy. Dee 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 dee. Oh, it's funny. He's just like dee 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 dee. I'm top heavy. Justin, drop me on stream being stupid, so you can break me and they can laugh at you. JK, we're not gonna do that. I think I might like the Malice a little better than the Fafnir though. He's just a little bit sleeker in design, but similar kind of style. Got them thick legs, chunky body, and a bunch of guns. Much bigger than this little bro. This little fella. He's so tiny. And this guy's pretty chunky compared to him. That big boy. Big old mech. And then we were talking about positioning the legs. This one, the Ryokan. He's a little small. But I did get to play with the legs a little bit. Bent the toes, so he's stepping on a mech. He's kind of leaning a little bit to the side. I had to bend the arm out a little bit because it was hitting his leg. You can actually still see where it's kind of touching. Right there. I put a dab of glue actually to give that a point of contact. It was very difficult. Even without posing, the arm was banging up against the leg. Yeah, it's very neat. So I have a not insignificant amount of models to work on at this point. I have a lot of mechs, with more coming. And one second. This is business related. Sorry, we got asked for the address for freight pickup for slow fuses stuff. Okay. About half done with the dire wolf. Finally starting the nice. Need to be posting up some work. Oh, Dragano saying I want to get not Shattered Republic, sorry, Shattered Fortress, which is in the Republic era. I'm wanting to get that book. It's hard to find. And it's part one of a 2-book series from what I gather. I think Ill Clan is the second one, and I think that's following like Clan Wolf's Rise or something after the fall of the Republic or some shit. But whenever that comes out, I think that's supposed to be the second book, Shattered Fortress and Ill Clan. So trying to find Shattered Fortress isn't easy, and there's probably like $200 in books right now I could easily put out. Nice, John. Mammoth, I agree. I wish it was more audible for sure. And Dragon, yeah, it's a source book. I think it covers. I don't think it's got like stat sheets. I think it's just information about what's going on in that era. So yeah, it's on my list of things that I want to get in physical form. I should say I want to own the physical form. We all know there's sources on the Google to find PDFs of books. We know this. But I want to get this in the physical form. But it's not a it's not a technical readout. Is basically what I'm getting at. What's up, Daff Daff? It's got more fluff in it than it does mechs. Nice. Yeah, there's. I want to get that. I want to get Succession Wars and Clan Wars source books. I just haven't. Monies. I've been contemplating getting the 2 source books on my my Battletech Kickstarter. I've got 1 day to make that decision. Shadow Fortress I can't add to that because it's not on the Kickstarter. And I was also looking at Tactical Operations. They split it into 2 books. They have that on the Kickstarter as well. But you know those 2 books, the 2 TAC Op books and the Clan Invasion and Succession Wars, that's another $160 to get all 4 of them. I don't know if I want to spend the money or can even afford to. In Shattered Fortress, you can't even get there. You have to order it somewhere online. And I want to get Shattered Fortress, and I want to get 31. I think it's 3150 or 3145. If I can actually type right. Yeah, 3145, the tech manual, or field manual. Ooh, so the field manual, and they have a technical readout. Yeah, good luck finding them. Yeah. But it's not an easy set of books to find. Limited run and whatnot. It's rough. Orlando, I'm glad your store's supporting the Battletech stuff, though. Yeah, buying mechs is a little easier for me to do a cutoff, John. The big deal is me trying to find, with books, for what I want to be doing. And because I really like the Dark Age stuff in mechs, and that's where I started with clicks, that's kind of where I wanted to be. But getting the Clan Invasion and the Succession Wars works really well because that is where we are with the Kickstarter. And Lando, I don't mind digital, but I like a physical thing in my hand. And I'm sure you can relate as an RPG guy. You might be different, but a lot of the RPGers I know, they've got digital books because they're convenient or it's a necessity, but you like the feel, the tactile feel of a book in your hand. You like that, you know. So yeah, and the smell of a book, it's weird, but like the smell. It's a very odd thing. So I've been trying to keep an eye out for that stuff on eBay, but it's not easy to find. Yeah, there's not even any up on here right now that are showing. Yep. So whatever. Yeah, it looks really cool, man. So I'll probably keep the field manual and the technical readout on my my watch list to find, but in the immediate future, Clan Wars or Clan Invasion and Succession Wars are immediate interests of mine. So tactical operations, I feel like isn't a necessity for me, but it would be nice, you know. So there's a lot of things. All right. That said, we got our old Fafnir built, and we're gonna get into doing a little bit of painting today. A little bit of painting. And so you guys got me contemplating getting stuff from the shits. Yeah, that's actually not a bad price. It's actually a really good price. The other thing I was looking at for books, now you'd have to pay shipping. Let me find it here. Ugh. Why can't I find that page that it's on? There we go. So, like, here they have them for 30 bucks. But you gotta pay shipping. So, and I've ordered some stuff from Ares Miniatures before. But yeah. Still looking like, and if you get it from the Kickstarter, it's 40 bucks, but you get the digital with it. So you pay more, but you get the digital and the physical. You're fine, you're fine. Yeah, I'm assuming these are like all the stat sheets and stuff for the game. Well, Lawrence, that's nice. Yeah, and you see this guy's got, the guy you linked first, he's got the tactical ops, and he's got the, both tactical ops for $33.50. Yep. Those are all the books I was looking at. He's got TAC Ops Advanced Rules, he's got TAC Ops Advanced Units and Equipment, he's got the Jihad book, which I was, but it's there. He's got the, Succession Wars, and he's got Clan Invasion, and they're $33.50 a piece. That's cheaper. I mean, granted, you don't get the digital. It didn't come with them. For $40, you get the digital and the Kickstarter. But yeah, they'll get you. Yep, that's Dim's book. So want it. Ugh. All right. Let's see here. Hang on again, guys. This would have been a lot easier to just get them to speak on the phone. Me being the middleman is being a little ridiculous trying to set this part up. Hey, Daph, nice, nice. And Dragon, you talking about the Shattered Fortress book getting a reprint? Yeah, I forgot they did the House Serrano. That's from the Battletech Hairbrained Schemes game, right? Yep. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. I hope that when they put out the Ill Clan, they also do the 3145 field manual and 3145 technical readout, because that's in the same time frame. That will make a lot of sense to just reprint all the books from that Dark Age era with Ill Clan. That if they don't, you're missing a lot of shit. You only have the new stuff, but not anything leading up to it. Yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. So maybe that's one of those, like, if I want to get them, I just wait and see if there's a reprint and see what we can do. Then that might not be a bad idea. Rehydrating our wet palette. You guys know how we do. Gotta reach it. You gotta sing while we work. Whistle while we work. Doodaloo doo 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 doo. And yeah, Daff, I appreciate the sentiment. I hope that you and everyone else has a good holiday. That almost goes without saying. You guys know who you're hanging out with here. I'm always trying to hope, pray, put out the good vibes, let you guys know I care about you. But at the end of the day, sometimes life has a way of sucking, and sometimes some people don't have the same family connection others do around the holidays or the friends. So you got the stream, you got us. And I am currently slated to be streaming this week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as normal. Friday is Christmas, so will not be online. But I will be here leading up to it, so nice. And damn you guys, because now you got me. I got those damn books up in my side window, and I did just get paid. How dare you guys? How dare you? Yeah. Alright. So we're going to work some more on painting up the rest of our Battletech Lance here. Get those guys done, and when they're finished, we'll move on to our next project. Alright, so I think this was the shade. I think this was the base. These were the highlight. Man, it's been a couple days here. Man, how quickly we forget. It's the pure highlight. I can't remember. Yeah, I think this is what we put down. Did we actually use that? Blue black. I don't think. I think we used the dark blue. I don't think I did blue black for anything. Did I? If I did, it was shadows. Though I thought it was dark blue. I thought I did dark gray blue as the... No, I don't think so. I think it's this one. This is why we left it back. I did. I got yours and Clan Wolf stuff added. It is indeed added. Yeah, so it was this one. So we started with dark blue, and we went into dark gray blue, and we went up. You're welcome. Yeah, a paint journal's a good idea. I always forget. I wish I could. I paint too much stuff to memorize. And I bounce around a lot, so, you know, I'll be painting one thing, and then I'll paint someone else's stuff, and then I'll come back to my stuff, and it's tough. I did write down my Dark Angels last time I worked on but Battletech, it kind of shifts a little bit when I work on them. Bob, if you get bored and you happen to get time to watch our stream from yesterday, the VOD, that's the Alpha Strike rules we're using for Battletech, as opposed to Classic, which is what you played. I believe you played Classic. You know, that give you an idea of the speed with which you can play that version of Battletech. Understandable. Life happens. Life happens. Okay. Green is my favorite color, but it's hard to go wrong with blue and black. Those colors go really nicely together. I did not want any of that to run off the edge into my palette. That is fuck all agitating. Capillary action here has the paint flying off. I do not want that getting in there, and it did. Really agitating. I was trying to conserve paper here because I have a habit of just being messy, and I was like, oh, I'll just use the top. And no, this runs right over into the sponge. I don't think I used that blue-black. I think it was that one. That blue-black looks really gray. Yeah, I bet so. I bet so. What's up, Draco? How you doing? And yeah, I mean, whatever. This stuff's expendable anyway. It's just frustrating that that has transpired here. You annoying little shit. Ha! I'll prop your ass up. Don't care. Don't care. Okay. Let's grab this one. Get us some fresh paper towels. Okay, so let's confirm this is the color we used. I think it was. I do not think it was this one. So that seems light. think my paint was a little bit runny today. My wet blending on the surface is not particularly good here. Yeah, I think I got them just a little smidge too thin. It's okay. Let's get a little bit more of that dark blue on here. And my colors separated, that's for one thing. Okay. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties today with getting my paints set up. Normally, or last week I was on it. Today, not so much. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Okay. Struggling today. Let's see here. I hate this phone. Could be better. Could be worse. I will say, this is why airbrushing is one of my favorite things to do on a model. It's so much faster. I won't get the same blends, but it is a hell of a lot faster. I am excited to get the this lance finished, because then I want to switch over and work on some of my clan stuff and get my star finished. That would be quite nice to get that finished. Okay. I don't know this person. Hello? Nope, don't know you. Yeah, dropping paintbrush. Shadow on the models, having a hard time seeing what I'm trying to target here. This is probably one of the things that is a gift and a curse with painting is every time I pick up a model, it's likely to be a little bit different than the last time, even if I'm trying to replicate. Which is interesting from a unique perspective, frustrating from a replication perspective. And that's just the way that I paint. It's a thing. That's why I tell people when we do commissions, if you want something to look 100% the same, I need to do it at the same time. If you book something 6 months apart, they're going to look different. That lends itself well to Battletech, though. Each mech having a light variance, maybe it was repainted at a certain time, maybe it was put to commission at a certain time, maybe that mech's been around longer or not as long, or had some customization or whatever. So that little bit of extra uniqueness is not bad. I also try and take that approach in my 40K now, which is very hard for me to accept. But Marines come into service at different times for a chapter. So one Marine's armor may be a slightly different shade because it's older, it's faded a little bit, it's a new wave or an older wave or whatever. It's my excuse for not getting something perfect. In particular, when you're looking at like old Marines versus Primaris, you know, it's like, yeah, one set of that armor is real old compared to another. So having a light variance to me seems fine. And even if you look at GW's product art, just look at their Ultramarines and see how many different shades of blue you'll see. There are a lot of different shades of blue. And that comes from different artists. It comes from their paint line shifting over the years and whatnot. So that makes me feel a little bit better about it. But that's the illusion I've had to sell myself to keep from being stressed out over my inability to 100% replicate a paint job. And if you ever want to talk to someone who knows this firsthand, talk to Wheels. He's generally happy with the work I've done for him, but every project I've worked on for an army looks a little bit different than the one before. I think they're pretty cohesive and look pretty close, but they are different. And he's also seen my my progress as an artist grow, so likely he's got models, older models that I did for him that aren't as nice as the newer models because I've gotten better over time. You know, so that's part of that equation as well. With these, I'm trying to, as best I can, not to stress out because they shouldn't be stressful. This should be a fun project to play with, but they're Battletech. Like, it's not the end of the world. And I mean, I don't take that lightly. I don't just go, oh, it's Battletech, I can paint it like shit. But it's more like, don't stress. You know, you got 100 and 200 whatever these models to paint. Just chill, relax, have a good time. What up, Mr. Nomadic Chris? And yeah, yep, Daff, exactly. If you guys aren't following Mr. Nomadic Chris Adams, popping over, hit that follow button, both on the Instagram and the Twitch. Show some hobby love, let them know what's up. That's fair, Draco, that's fair. And what's up, Mr. Nomadic? Thank you again for popping into last night's stream, man. That was nice to catch you. We normally don't catch you in the evenings because you got family duty, which I respect, but you made it a point to pop in, even if just to show face and show support for what I'm doing. So I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. You're a true friend and supporter, man. I really do appreciate it. People in the world, people in the Twitch community, they would do well to, or they'd be blessed to have somebody in their corner that is of the magnitude that the unicorn riding Gandalf of today, Nomadic Chris. I was trying really hard to bring that full circle, and I flopped. I failed. But I tried. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have to take those models with me today to the shop to ship out for Wheels. Get that commission going his way. Have you seen The Last Unicorn? I don't think so. Nomadic Chris Adams, you've earned the rank of Young Gandalf, Supreme Unicorn Riding Painter of Awesome. That's him. And I won't get into your personal business. I won't say things. Or at least not anything that would give away anything that you would keep to yourself. But I'm excited for you, man. You know what I'm talking about. That's awesome stuff, dude. That's legitimately excited for you. It's a new adventure and something pretty altruistic. I think that's the right word, altruistic. That's like good nature, good for some. I'm really bad with words, but this is the gravity of what we're talking about. It's a pretty important thing. So I think altruistic's the right word. Like it's a pretty awesome thing, man. So, not that you need my seal of approval for anything that you do in life, but sometimes that little like reinforcement from the community, from your friends, letting you know like you're doing good shit. Sometimes it feels good, you know. And I think in this case, there's a lot of negative shit going on in the world, man, and you being able to have a positive change for yourself and someone else is pretty fucking awesome, dude. Like, shouldn't be dropping F-bombs with this conversation we're having, but c'est la vie. That's what we have done. But yeah, it's pretty awesome, dude. I know I keep saying awesome because it's hard to find the right words for the situation, but pretty good. Also, at the end of the day, you looked real happy in the photos you sent, and that's awesome too, man. You ever, do you see that video I did for Daff, by the way? Pneumatic? If you have not seen that video, Daff needs to send it to you if he can. I cried the whole time I made that video. Yep. Yeah, Daff, you mind sharing that link if you don't want it public because the subject matter, if you want to DM it. Pneumatic Chris is cool people, and I think it's pretty awesome to share that topic. Trying to keep it on the DL because I don't want to blast his information out there, but it's relevant, and if you don't mind sharing with Pneumatic, it was kind of my way of also being able to help you express how you felt, Daft, but also my appreciation for people who are doing right by others. Yeah, let me send you a message. Let me see here. Alright, so business message sent. Yep. He, it's one of those videos, it's got music in it, Pneumatic, and, it's copyrighted, so that's the main problem with that. Yeah, I cried the whole time. I bawled. You guys know my my life situation growing up, and seeing you guys' endeavors, it gets me emotional. So, you know. And on the emotional part, we won't do any spoilers, but how about that Mando season finale, Daff? You know who cried like a little girl? This guy did. Sure did. Blubbered. Blubbered. It gets me. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm a man who's not afraid that I get emotional, and yeah, Daft, that is pretty awesome. I get emotional because I'm attached to these characters, and I don't have a lot of friends in real life. So TV shows are.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Hey, Gamer Dad, thank you. I appreciate that. Have you not been to sleep? Yes. And one of the people that I know in real life, old Nathan, spoiled it for me because he got on Facebook and posted a name of a character in all caps, and I wanted to rage. It's like, dude, if I had spoiled Game of Thrones for him, he would have been pissed. And it's like, come on, bro. There's unspoken etiquette here that you, if you're going to engage with spoilers on social media, you do it in a way people can't see it unless they actively seek it out. At least for a little while. It's like a 2-week unspoken rule. If you talk about Sixth Sense right now on Facebook, it's kind of fair game. Right? I'm talking about Mandalorian. It's like it's fair game, but not something brand new. You be nice to your friends. And one might argue, well, it's your fault for being on social media. It's cool. I could just remove you from my social media and never have to worry about it again. Is that what you want? You know what I mean? If you guys aren't following GamerDad NC here, another fellow Twitch streamer, pop on over, hit that follow button, show some hobby love. But yeah, that's how I view it. And Star Wars is very serious to me, as is a lot of the Marvel stuff. And I got emotional because, just like in a TV show, like I watched a lot of Supernatural. I watched the whole thing for X-Files all the way through like 3 times. Firefly, The Community, Frasier, shows that I enjoy, and because I don't have a lot of social interaction in real life, don't have a lot of friends, and it sounds really depressing, but like you start to feel like you're in a room with these people as a passive participant, but you feel like you connect with them. And Mandalorian is pretty serious to me, and so is like a lot of the content that I enjoy consuming, fictitiously, like Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff. So I will have a spoiler for Deadpool. If you haven't seen Deadpool 2 or 3, then mute my stream. I think it's 2, the one with Cable. At the end of that movie, in theaters, sitting in a seat, I cried. Not just like sniffed, like I boohooed and could not control my emotions in Deadpool. I cried during Deadpool. Who cries during Deadpool? So I cried, and then I laughed and cried some more at the same time, because I was crying during a movie that's supposed to be funny, and it was serious. And at the end of Deadpool, when man, it's hard to even talk about it. So Deadpool and Cable have that bro connection, and in the comics, eventually they're like pretty close. They do a lot of stuff together, right? And in the movie, you're seeing that build up, and they hate each other and the banter, but they had to work as a team. And by the end, you can kind of tell they're rubbing off on each other. They're kind of bonding. And when the timeline changes, when the timeline changes, and Cable realizes he saved his family, and then he uses his last jump to save Deadpool's life, I lost it. Not just because he was a bro and like his battle brother in this case, his friend, just because he saved his life, but because he sacrificed going back to his timeline to save his family, or see his family again, because he had saved them, and the guy that made it possible was going to die for that. And it was worth it for Cable to not only have saved his family, but this man who helped him do it. And he gave him his life back. And for anyone else watching Deadpool, the gravity of that might not resonate with you, but seeing somebody like as a bro, a friend, a best friend, to do that, to sacrifice that, it's like, to me, it's like seeing a soldier who knows, I got a wife and kids at home, but he dives on the grenade anyway, and he gives that up because he wants someone else to go home to their wife and kids. You know what I mean? So like when I watched Deadpool and that happened, Cable didn't die, but until you see the end credits, obviously, but not die, but like with the timeline stuff, until you see that, like you're under the impression that he's never going to see his family again, and he saved Wade Wilson's life and gave that up. And like when that happened, the flood, just an absolute rush of emotion, because in life you don't get friends that are ride or die like that. You don't get that. And seeing it in the movie, it hit me hard, right? And then watching the Mandalorian season finale, same thing, man. I'm trying really hard to contain it because I'm thinking of it and it's still like flooding in. the stuff that transpires in the final episode, it builds and it builds, and I'm trying, and then it hits, and I was like, fuck me. And it just hit, and I'm crying, I'm bawling, and I'm shaking, and it's good. It's good. And some people they probably think I'm silly. They're like, oh, whatever. They aren't going to, the gravity, the weight of the situation is not going to hit them the way it did me. And that's completely fine. I realize that I'm a bit of an emotional person. But these characters are pretty serious to me. It's why I'm so critical of the last 3 tragedy of the Star Wars films that we got. Because it is your universe, but it's my universe. It's something that I love, and they screwed it up, in my opinion. And then you get The Mandalorian, and they treated it almost 100% right. Like, there's a few areas where I thought it could have been a little better, but for the most part, really, 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 really good. And then, the male characters weren't absolute garbage. The female characters weren't absolute garbage. The stormtroopers were a little bit shitty. A few times I didn't like that they were still shitty. Stormtroopers in the fluff, they don't just miss everything. I was a little agitated with that a few instances in the show, but whatever, it's neither here nor there. The way they presented the female and male characters in the show was much better than the recent movies, in my opinion. It was very good. It's very good. I'm a big fan. Like, I feel like they are making a show with a good story, good characters who stand up on their own weights, on their own actions, on the own gravity of what their character is about, their core, their morals, and the writers didn't just write a Mary Sue in to anything. Like, they didn't just say Mando's Superman and wins everything, or Cara Dune's a chick so she's awesome and wins everything. They didn't do any of that. Like, Mando's awesome and badass, but he gets beat up all the time because he's human, he's real. And then you see Cara Dune, who has to work really hard, and she's got like this strong, militaristic, like, exterior for what we would consider, opposite of what might be a stereotypical female trait. She's got more of the manly trait. Then she's got that soft interior where, like, she's really angry on the outside about stuff and stern, hates the Imperium. And then the way she engages with Bill Burr's character in this season, if you haven't seen it, and I'm just mentioning the actor, not the scene, but her interactions with him are really interesting as the story unfolds, and I like that. The interaction she has with Mando and Baby Yoda, where you see her go from like the strong soldier to like caring friend, it's so good. They didn't just write stupid nonsense, in my opinion, and I think it's fucking amazing. Mandalorian is amazing. It's so good. I have not watched a lot of the Netflix stuff. I haven't. I've heard Daredevil's amazing. I've heard Punisher. I've heard Punisher's really good too. Daff, yes. Amanda noticed that too. And Javasuko, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. And Daft, that's kind of what I was getting at with the males and females portrayed in the show, whereas in the last few films they skewed it really, really, really bad in a very palpable, like, pandering direction, in my opinion. In this show, all the male characters are presented in a way that makes sense, and it doesn't feel like they are pandering, and the same with the females. They didn't just say, girl power, and try and, like, ride some PC movement. Like, they just made good characters, and you can relate to them, and I didn't feel like, aside from, like, one scene, that they were really trying to, like, push anything. Like, and that felt good. It feels natural, and that's what I like. Like, if you want to have let's go back. If you want to have something that is drawing connections to the real world and what's going on, but presented in a story form, especially this kind of story, Black Panther, in my opinion, is very good. And for the stuff that African Americans have gone through in our country, there are a lot of things in that film that will resonate more with them than me, but I can kind of feel some of the emotions that character's going through on screen based on what he and his family and his heritage has been through, right, his lineage, and I'm like, you did it so good. So good. But then you get Star Wars Episode 8 and 9, and they're terrible, in my opinion. I did not like how they handled them. But there's a right way to do it and have something that connects to a movement or a message that you want, and there's a wrong way to do it. I feel like Mandalorian has done it in a very, very good way, and given good screen time and good writing and everything to all the characters. I feel like they've been pretty respectful without pandering, and that's the thing. And people may disagree with me, and that's okay, but that's the way I feel. And I haven't watched Clone Wars or Rebels, but I know there's connections. I knew the interaction with Bo-Katan and Boba this season's been real good. I don't want to spoil anything. You guys at this point, if you haven't seen any episodes of Mandalorian Season 2, then that's spoiled, and I'm sorry. At this point, I'm assuming most people are multiple episodes in, and most people already know that, I forget her name, but chick from Battlefleet or Battlestar Galactica is in it. She's playing Bo-Katan. So the connections between those two characters is really, really good. I also like that they announced yesterday or this morning that we're getting the Boba Fett show next year. 100% they confirmed. 2021 we're getting a Boba Fett series, which is really nice. So I did not know that, but that's pretty awesome. Did not know that. Anyways, let's get me off my my preachy high horse here and get back doing some painting while we chat. And old Gamer Dad, I agree with you. There should be like a certain amount of time where you're just not allowed to post stuff, or you shouldn't. It's bro code or girl code or whatever. Let's use proper terms. It's just good TV show and film etiquette not to spoil stuff. There you go. Yeah. That one. I know her as Starbuck. I'm not very good with actors' names, but I know characters that they've played that I really like. And that's how I know them, as characters. Like Josh Bernthal, whatever. The guy who plays Punisher. He plays Shane in The Walking Dead. That's how I know him. I'm really bad with names. Doggo is losing her mind right now. And then Rosario Dawson, I think I got it right. Don't be a shitbird, yep. When her character that she plays is introduced to the show, I won't spoil that, because that one was, I'm trying not to spoil anything. Some of it I assume a lot of people know, some of it they might not. I'm assuming first half of the season most people know, and I'll try and tread lightly, but Rosario Dawson's character that she plays was so good. She was very, very good. I loved it. Fantastic. There is something to be said for the fact that I love Mandalorian, and my mom's not a big Star Wars fan, and she has followed the release of this season religiously. I finally got her to watch season 1, and then she followed season 2 the whole time, and she has loved it. She loves Baby Yoda. She loves the show. There's something about this show that resonates with everyone that I've talked to who's watched it. I can't say everyone in the world's going to like it, but I feel like they have cast such a wide net that makes it relatable to males, females, people in between, people who like Star Wars, people who are on the fence about Star Wars, new people to Star Wars, people who just want a cool sci-fi western, people who like Firefly, people who like cool sci-fi shit. The Mandalorian hits on all cylinders. It's such a good show. It's amazing. And I tell you what makes me even more excited about the show and the characters they've introduced and the other shows they've announced. Let me spoil this for you real quick. More minis. FFG Star Wars Legion. More minis. That's exciting, because they're opening up these characters, open up this story, expanding things, and giving us an opportunity to get them on the tabletop too. Nomadic Chris, let me tell you something. Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars film. Hands down favorite Star Wars film. It's a cop-out to say favorite show's Mando. I love Mando. If it has to be a movie and we're excluding TV shows, Rogue One, hands down, favorite Star Wars. 100%. The gravity of the situation that's going down, the characters presented on the screen, the seriousness of what's going on, how lethal the Empire Stormtroopers actually are presented, and as they should be, just the whole thing, the graphics, the feel, the vibe, it is my favorite Star Wars film. I'm excited. I liked Cassian Andor. The opening scene to Rogue One, I really don't want to spoil that movie either. Most people, I assume here, have seen it, but the opening scene with Cassian Andor, that is when I knew. I was like, yep, this movie's amazing. The subject matter is, they do not have kid gloves on. A kid could watch Rogue One and enjoy it. Rogue One, the subject matter is serious. Espionage and murder and shit. Like, it is nuts, and it's a fantastic movie. It is very good. And oh god, what was the quote? God, she Ursa turns to Cassian and she says something like, "I'm used to people running away when things get tough," and he says something back to her, and I forget what his quote was, but I was like, God damn, that's heavy. It was good. It was a very, like, I got your back type moment. And Clan Wolf, I'll take a quick break here in a second, and I'll check. Last I checked, I checked the mail earlier. Sometimes they do run twice because they're delivering packages. I'll see if your package to me arrived. It was not in the mailbox earlier, but I will take another look. And we'll grab a dog treat while we do it. I feel like I haven't got as much done on this guy as I would like to, but we know at this point I paint real slow. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. Jason messaged me back. Let's see. Alright, so I responded to Austin and Slowfuse. Let me go check the mail real quick, see if your package came in, Clan Wolf, and we will grab a treat for the dog. So, for everyone's been hanging out, we've got quite a few people in here today as opposed to what's been normal. So, A, thank you guys for tuning in. B, thank you for the chat. And C, I tried really, really hard not to spoil anything for Mandalorian. If I somehow did and you haven't seen any of the show, I apologize. I tried to keep it very vague so I could engage with people who have watched it and only talk about things that are kind of common knowledge at this point. So I've tried to put on the cloth gloves there, the cotton gloves, and be really gentle with the subject matter because it is serious. So hopefully I handled that well and did it justice. So and if not, I apologize. But we will be back in just a few minutes. Go check the mail, grab that dog treat, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Boop.
You ready? You want to get your treat? You want to tell Clarence Wolf thank you? You want to tell Clarence Wolf thank you? Say thank you, Clarence Wolf. Thank you for my treat. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. I got bone. I got bone. It's a good bone. No, 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 no. That guy gave me a treat. It was a good treat, and I like it. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Scratch butt, butt scratch, butt scratch. Nom, nom, nom. Thank you. Thank you for being a good sport. I love you. That was it. That was it. That was the last treat. That was it. You only got one. You only got one today. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I gotta get back to painting. I gotta get back to painting. Pretty girl. Who that pretty girl? See, we don't get much done on stream anymore, do we? We do a lot of talking and petting the dog, and then sometimes we paint. Yep. Yep, with those holiday packages. I love you. Love you. What are you doing? Don't look at me so sad. You got your treat. You got your treat. You got it. You got it. She says, I know there's one more up there because you brought some more in here, Justin. You brought more in here, didn't I? I did. I did. I brought more. I brought more. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah. Yeah. That one's from Lando. Lando says you get a treat. That's the last one. That's it. That's it. You're going to get doggy diabetes. The doggy diabetes. That make you happy? You should choose lower. You should choose lower. You should choose lower. What? What? What's that face? What's that face? What's that face? What that face? What that face? You tell him Justin got a third one on the desk. Justin's got a third one on the desk. He does. Tell him. Say Snoopy. Snoopy. I want it, Snoopy. Are you going to give it to me? Look at her. She's like, give me, Snoopy. Give me the treat. Give me the treat. Yeah, I want it. I want it. Come on. Say, tell him. You better tell. Oh, Lando gave it to you. Lando gave it to you. He said, no. You get to have a treat. Oh, she's like, why are you going to tease me like that? Why are you going to tease me like that? You got your 3 treats. You did. I brought them. You could thank Lando. Say Lando gave them to you. What's that on your back? Oh, thought it was a tick. No ticks. No ticks on you. That was it. You only get 3. You only get 3. Why are you getting under my desk? There's no room under here. There's no room under there. I love you. That was it. That was it. That was all the treats for today. She said, okay, bye. Oh, I love that dog. I do. I do. Unfortunately, Clan Wolf, no package. I did look. I really should not let her hit the keyboard, though. She could have shut the stream down if she hit the wrong buttons. Alright. So hopefully maybe it'll show up. Our mail does deliver when there's packages. Sometimes they do deliver a second round in the day. Maybe they'll show up afterwards. Clan Wolf. It's not ideal, but I'll check the mail again when I get home. See if we had any luck. And Java, I'm not doing too bad, man. Not doing too bad. Got to figure out what we're going to pick up with your gift card. Got to figure that out. Gotta get something 40K related. Courtesy of you. Courtesy of you. Your battle mech took to the field yesterday as well. We needed you, so I made an executive GM decision, and we cheated, and your mech hit the field anyway because we were losing really bad. And your second or third turn on the table, Shadowhawk jumped on your mech's head, and you exploded. You died. Like, he landed on you and hit an ammo box, and you exploded. Yep. It was pretty funny, but also not good. We needed you, and you came in on the dawn of the whatever day from the east on the pale horse or something, whatever Gandalf did. Nomadic Chris would know because he's Gandalf in the stream. But yeah, you showed up and you came in and you were gonna go hard, and then he jumped on you and said nope, and you were like, that's cool, going home, bye bye. That's pretty much what happened. But it was still a pretty hysterical stream. We had a good time. Austin had a blast. If you could jump, you should. Yeah. Clan Wolf did start it. You did try, but you were the only one on the team, Colby, who didn't explode. Ostensibly, your pilot might have lived. We probably didn't. Our mechs exploded. Yours did not. Woohoo! I didn't die! Yep. And fun fact, the mech that Austin was piloting, it's a different model version, but that's the mech that you picked. He was piloting a rifleman. That's the one you wanted to pilot. I do not have a painted one, so you got what you got. But if you do ever want to paint one up to be you, so when you're participating during streams, you're welcome to do so. And send it my way, and we'll add it to the Battletech collective, and that'll be you. If you want to. Nice. Java Suko, you gotta get that Game of Armor Combat starter box, man. If that's what you want to pilot, it's a catapult. I put you in the Thunderbolt because it's one of my favorite mechs from the starter box. I also had one painted, and it's tanky as shit. Like, I like it. Probably my favorite mech from the starter box, if I'm honest. Catapult's nice, but that Thunderbolt could take a beating. Tanky guy. Once I get more familiar with the rules, and once we have, hopefully, the campaign rules in, maybe we'll try our hand at doing a little bit of Classic on stream. That'll take a lot longer, so it won't be to the same size and scope, but one day, maybe. That'll be fun. I got lots of plans. It's just a matter of getting there. I do have my Edge of the Empire RPG book as well. At one point, I really wanted to run a Clone Wars era, or end of the Clone Wars era session, or campaign. Never happened. I had some notes and stuff written down. It's been a long time since I played, so I'd be real rusty on the rules. But
if stream grows to a point where we're able to do more content and I don't have to work as many hours at work because finances from the stream are such that I can take time away, I would be interested in running a Star Wars campaign and a Battletech campaign, and having a few of the people from the community participate in a like a bi-weekly session. And I think that would be cool, and it'd be something we'd be broadcasting to Twitch. People could engage with us, and I think it would be a lot of fun. But it's, as with all good ideas and good intentions I have, getting there is the hard part. So if we do, cool. If we don't, then we can still say we tried.
Nice. Okay, music stopped. Let's start her over. I need to get some more music on the list here. And I know I've got, anyone who hangs out knows, I have grandiose ideas and thoughts and things I want to do, and I have goals. You got to set those goals and hope you make them, and if you don't, it is what it is. But I do have goals. There are things I want to do. And this is, if I'm honest, I went to school for business, and I'm likely never going to be able to own or operate my own hobby store. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible if you throw enough money at something, right? I don't know if I ever have the finances to own a store, but running games online here, running RPs and trying to play tabletops online, this is this kind of stuff that I've always done at the local store. When I was there for over a decade, I was, I didn't run role-playing games, but I was the game master for... I ran Star Wars minis. I was the battle master for Battletech. I ran WoW TCG. I helped do 40K. I ran X-Wing. I helped do War Machine and Hordes. Oh man, I feel like I'm missing something somewhere. But whatever. I did a lot of games and helped run stuff. That was the thing. And I did that for a very, very long time. And being able to do it online is kind of doing the same thing, but I could do it remotely. And some of the people local can participate if they'd like to. And some people won't, and that's okay. But I could do a lot of the gaming side of it that I would do in the store. I just won't have the store side of it, the merchandise and whatnot. But it's something I want to do. Considering Battletech film trays, this is the one. Is this one work for Clan Mix? I will show you. I'll show you what I've got, and try and help you make a good decision. Hang on. Okay, so hang on. Let me grab my bag. Alright, so this bag is, it's an expensive bag, as is Battle Foam in general, but I like it. It's the kind of premium foam, and I enjoy it for that, and it feels nice. One thing I'll say is if you do get this bag, this is the Pack 432. I highly recommend getting the Molly pouch for the back, because it'll hold 2 books. So in this case, I've got Alpha Strike and Total War in there. So it's not going to hold really much more than that. Unless they're thinner books, those books have some thickness to it. You might get more than 2 technical readouts in there because they're probably thinner. I like that. I like that. It does make it back heavy. And you can put that on any one of their bags that's got a big enough side to thread that onto. So if you got the 720, you should be good. Here's the trays that I have. So I got a plucked foam tray for the tanks. Okay, bottle, you can live there. So it's plucked foam. This one is the large foam, and I think this is that's the 2.5 height. Yeah, that's the 2.5 height. There are some that'll be fine in the 2 inches. That'll work. The 2.5, like these at 2 inches, don't work so well. So you need some 2.5s for these mechs, because like if we go bottom of base to top of head with his cannon, he's like 2.25, give or take. So the 2-inch foam, his gun would be too high. The 2.5-inch foam, it sits way above him, so 2.5's the way to go on the large foam. And you'll see, like even with him, he's not the easiest mech to get down in the foam. He'll hold secure, but he's a little wide, right? Now 2 inches for the big stuff, 2.5 for the big stuff. And then there's extra large holes here for bigger stuff, like the Marauder has a pretty big pose, so he fits pretty nicely in there. This one I had 2 in because I just had extra, so I just tossed them in there. And there's 2 in here. But like this guy, he fits nicely in the big holes. The Cyclops fits nicely in the big holes. Catapult fits pretty good. Okay, so this is the medium, or the big, the large one with the 2.5. Here's another one of the 2.5s. Same thing, and you'll notice like the Malice, he really fills up that big hole. You might have crammed him in one of these ones, but his barrels would be bent around. So putting him in here was a really good idea, right? Which while we're at it, might as well go ahead and toss my other Malice in here. So this is another 2.5 inch, and that is the large one. And Colby, this is the plastic Rifleman, if you're there, from the new release. Which, if you guys are interested in getting any Battletech, tomorrow's the cutoff for the Kickstarter, so if you want in. Now, this is the one you linked, I think. I believe this is the small one. It will fit stuff. It will not fit the bigger stuff. Like this Catapult, I had to cram in there. This is a 3D print. He barely fits. My little Mad Cat, this Mad Cat from Clan Wolf, he fits, but he's really, really small. The new ones don't. Let's see, I got an open hole somewhere. It's right here. Yeah. So, your light mechs will fit pretty well. So, that Wolverine's actually a skosh high. So, one small one, one large. Yep, I think that would work. What's up, Steiner? How you doing, man? For Battletech, Javasuko, because you want a catapult, a game of armor combat. Oh, thank you, Dragon. And thank you for that shout out, Clan Wolf. My hands are full right now. I think this is a 2-inch tray. I think this is a 2-inch. Yeah, this one's a 2-inch. Not including the bottom, it's 2 inches. So this is good. 2 inches for the light mechs or the smaller mechs is in general pretty fine. A pretty fine fit. The Wolverines are a smidge tall. They're going to overhang just a little bit, but they're Wolverines, so I didn't care that much. So 2 inches on this one for your light mechs is really helpful.
2.5 inches on your big mechs is really good. There are some mechs that don't need that extra height clearance, so a 2-inch of this is probably fine for a lot of the shorter, stockier stuff too. Because there's stuff in here that's pretty short that could fit in the probably the 2-inch, and there's some stuff that won't. So like this guy right here doesn't fit very well in the small foam because he's so wide, so he needs to be in the larger foam, but he's really short. So a combination of the 2-inch foam for this, the large 2-inch, large 2.5 is good, and the small 2-inch is good. Yeah, so we got the Orion in here. Yep. I don't know where you are. We're talking about Griffins. We got, this is one of Thunderhead's minis. Yep. And then the Royal Griffin. I just thought he looked really, really cool. So I printed that out. And then, I got some other stuff. I'm probably going to trade off a lot of my 3D print stuff. So like I've got 2 Bushwhackers in here. So 2 and 2.5 large. Yep, that'll do it. So the Hunchback or the Bushwhackers will probably get traded. I'll probably trade at least 1 Wolverine. I don't need 3. I probably don't even need 2. So some of those are up on the trading chopping block. Clan Wolf has had me order a pack to get the Phoenix Hawk. So there's the Phoenix Hawk that he wants. So I added that on my order for him. Clan Wolf, if you've not seen it in person, that's the Phoenix Hawk you wanted. I got a little Ice Ferret in here. 3D print. I don't know if I really need an extra one because I got the plastic one too. I got a 3D print Rifleman as well. So I got the plastic one, then 3D print. He'll probably get traded away. So. This is what we were talking about earlier about building pewter and posable legs. I think being able to pose the Loki 2 Prime was awesome. This looks so much cooler than a static standing at attention pose that you get with a lot of the pewter. He looks dope. He looks like he's running and he's like standing on this mech part and he's like with his big lasers. That's what I imagine is going down. Yeah. Did I get 2 of the same guy? Are these guys the same? No. I think one's an Executioner and one's something else. I don't know. They look very similar, though. Yep. And then we got the MWO Fafnir. And then today on stream we built the pewter Fafnir. Executioner Gargoyle. There you go. Thank you. I don't know all my mechs yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then in the top tray we were looking at, I got the Cyclops, which looks really nice. It's a very clean print. This is going to get broken at some point. We've got our Highlander, which printed out pretty nice, actually. Those antennas would probably get broke. And this was the Mad Cat 2, I believe. His arm failed to print, so I just made it look broken off. Well, Dragon, I have access to a 3D printer and some extra mechs. I am down for trading. As we discussed earlier, I am missing a lot of books. So if you got books and stuff you're interested in maybe swapping for some mechs that I have extras of, or some 3D prints, get with me and I'll see what we can do. I may have a lot of mechs here, but I am very new to Battletech, so I don't have a lot of stuff, like book-wise. So printing is relatively easy, so I don't mind doing some swaps if you're interested. If not, no big deal, because these aren't particularly expensive to go out and source, but I have access, so worth trading. Here was a failed print. It was a behemoth. So I just made him look cool. Steiner says that's not a lot of mechs. It is for me, considering I'm new. And then this one had a partial fail, so I just had a little bit of rebar or wires and stuff hanging out of the back of them. Like he got hit in the back. Maybe he took a PPC on the back of his cannon and it like turned into molten metal that dripped off or something. Who knows? It is for me. It is for me. And then we got the tanks that I've been printing. I got 2 pewter ones that Sabat sent me. I don't know what they are. Some printed tanks, and we got like there's a Shrike and then like a Bulldog or something, I think. And I don't know. They look cool, so I printed them. I really like the combined arms idea of Battletech. I think the emphasis on the mechs is misplaced. I think the mechs are super cool, but in MechWarrior Dark Age, I loved combined arms. You give me a lance, or even a little less of mechs, and you give me some tanks and some artillery to support. Put them through the meat grinder. Use the artillery to make them move around, push them into your tanks, and if they get through your tanks, your mechs take them out. Like, there's speed bumps to protect the mechs, and the mechs are the heavy cav, basically, to oversee the whole fight. Because they got to get through the tanks to get your mechs, and if they ignore the tanks and go after the tanks will chew them up like it's a meat grinder. If they go after the tanks, you got the mechs to punish them. And the artillery the whole time making them dance. Like, that combined arms mentality with the game, at least in MechWarrior Dark Age, was something that I loved. It was so fun. M Fontana 3, that is Battle Foam. That is Battle Foam. It is a premium foam. It's not very cheap, but it is it's nice stuff. It's very high quality. I think it's Felder, however you pronounce it. That's shoebox style, thick cardboard, has foam, closes on it. That's pretty popular now too. Lando, I sold all mine, unfortunately. I played Republic of the Sphere, Karita / Dragon's Fury, and Mercs. So, if you got any dice, though, and you want to do some trading, you let me know. I collect Dragon's Fury and Karita, Steel Wolves, Clan Wolf, and Republic of the Sphere dice. So, if you ever have any, and you want to trade, you let me know. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you ever got this guy in plastic, Mason Dunn, I'd be down to trade too. I never got him. He was a Republic of the Sphere Knight, Ghost Knight that I wanted, and I never got that piece. It was too expensive at the time. I had a bunch of other Knights that got traded off. Had Janelle Lakewood, which I've got. She piloted a Tundra Wolf. I traded all that off, but I never had Mason Dunn. Never did. He was like a con exclusive, and never got him. Used her. Yep. And the Wayback Wind Machine. Yeah, I think I played Republic of the Sphere and Mercs the most. Karita was early on, but I got enthralled with Mercs and Republic afterwards. It's also why I like the Malice. They had the guy with the pilot that had the ability Goodnight Irene. And if he rolled crits, you were dead. Your mech literally was down. He'd put you out. It was really cool. Didn't happen often, but when it did, it was game changing. But yeah, played a lot of mercs. I do remember Steel Wolves. They were a little gimmicky though. At least when I was playing. I don't know if anything else came out after I sold my stuff. I still have some emails about being late uploading game results because I was a battle master locally. So I still have some emails from that system, even though it's long gone. I was clearing out really old emails the other day on my main account, and because it was telling me my mailbox storage was getting full and I needed to delete stuff, and I saw those sitting there. A little nostalgia for me. But yeah, they used to have a sweet spot, and one of the it would be 1 or 2 clicks in, and that's where their max stat was. The problem was usually if they got hit, they went right past that click. If they got hit for multiple damage, and it wasn't a small hit, it was a big hit, they'd blow right past their sweet spot, and then they'd just be back to not being super amazing. One of the strategies back then was for people to drop artillery on their own pieces. So Steel Wolves would drop an artillery token on their own mechs at the start of the game, hope that it hit, do a couple damage, knock them into their sweet spot, and then just go ham. It was really silly that's what you had to do to get the mechs into the functional state. It was a weird thing, because mechs that were front end heavy did max their max damage or whatnot, and then Steel Wolves didn't. And usually if you got hit by a mech with doing 5 clicks of damage or something, you just cool, my sweet spot was 2 clicks ago, you blew me right past it, and now you're fighting off your back foot even though you started on your back foot. It's really difficult. But yeah, I didn't play Steel Wolves though. I just knew how it functioned after seeing people do it. Yep. As the battle master here for Battletech at the time, or one of them, there were 2 of us. The other guy was Jerry. We saw some pretty ridiculous competitive stuff because we had some guys come in from the next town over, and they would come down and participate in our tournaments, and we saw a lot of the more competitive strategies when they came down, and that is likely where the Steel Wolf stuff came from, how I knew about it. Our local meta, outside of the guys from out of town, was not particularly competitive. A lot of people just collected and played. I was very competitive, and Jerry was very competitive. I didn't lose too much in that game, and I don't say that trying to brag. I just didn't. It was probably one of the few tabletop games I was good at, air quotes. But unfortunately, much like HeroClix, to give a little credit to my success, good pieces do a lot for you. Strategy is one thing, good pieces help, and if you have good strategy and strong pieces, you're lethal, and that's what happened in that game for me. Had kind of the multiple things going for me in that game. Yeah. At the end, the pieces I was playing were, my main list was, I think it was a couple of Thors, or Summoners, as you guys may know them, and they were the chase pieces, so the red bases, and they had extended range ammo upgrade cards on them that came with them, and they were absolutely vicious, and I was running those, and I was running, I think it was Kelswa tanks and artillery, and I would put the tanks forward in tree cover line, or cover if I could get it, and then the artillery in the back, and then my mechs between the artillery and my tanks. And if you sat on the back line, I would drop artillery on you and force you forward, and when you came forward, I'd shoot you with the tanks. And then if you got through the tanks or got into range, which was likely because I had extended range ammo on those summoners, then I would start chewing you up. And it was bad, and honestly not fun for anybody but me. And that was one of my more competitive days. If I had to do it again today, I'd probably tone it down a little bit, at least for casual play. But I was a bit more of a tryhard then, and that was my list, and it was pretty brutal. And towards the end, they stopped really focusing much on artillery, and that was the thing I liked about the game, was combined arms. They went into Solaris, and they got away from the tanks and the infantry, and they focused on the mechs, which some people liked, but I liked the combined arms aspect myself. But because you could, one of the things I liked was that they didn't really retry stuff. Hang on one second. You're fine, man. You're fine. Thank you. Yeah, we always like getting a little bit of feedback on social media. We don't get a lot of it. It's why social media engagement for businesses is and streamers is really, really, truly helpful. Hey, yeah, Colby, if it's not been clear, by the way, I've been enjoying playing League with you. I also obviously enjoy playing with Noah as well. But us playing a little bit of Ranked has been fun. I think we've done pretty good, and I think it's bolstered your confidence a little bit in Varus. I feel like you've been doing pretty good on him. Even in the games that haven't been amazing, like, I feel like we've still been doing pretty decent. Bot lane doing our job, so I think that's if anything, that's been good, just to get us a little bit of growth and improvement on our roles and our characters. So just in case there was any doubts, so you know, I enjoy playing with you. If we could get enough people, I would totes try some 5v5 ranked with you and Noah and Keller, and if 4-player, whoever our fifth could be, I would, but getting us all on at the same time is very rough these days. Our schedules all don't link up particularly well. I do type kind of quick. I don't have good accuracy, but I type quick. Oh, he loves the Varus, not the virus. Yeah, I think I've played with Andrew once. I think. Yeah, like if we want to play just some 5s in general, doesn't have to be ranked. If we get enough people on, we'll give it a shot. Do some practices, some practice games. We are, that is true. Alright. So I'm talking to a guy on Facebook who is stocking our new Battletech terrain, and I got a shipment in today from him of some models and stuff I bought. That's where I got my dice from. And just having a quick back and forth with him about some things. It's one of the things that happens sometimes on stream is it's kind of during business hours. I'm sorry, my little shark fin's in the way there. Business hours, so I do a little bit of business talk, as you guys have grown accustomed to. That's not a perfect match to the front, but it's not too far off. I'm gonna glaze over and hope that helps a little bit. Alright, so let's first of all get some scratch marks on here. I think that is sufficient. Nothing too over the top. Hey now. You got some hacks on? You reading my computer messages? Ah, cheats. I hit it. 4, 5, 6. What up? Oh, we didn't see those double ones. Ugh. I need more dice. I like my dice. Need some. Alright, let's tone this down a smidge right here, folks. Yeah, I think that that shade's gonna bring us a bit more in line with the front. A little bit. Yeah, he's the first store to stock our new Hex City terrain, so I'm pretty pumped about it. We're trying really hard to make a splash in the Battletech community, which is really difficult competing against like 3D print stuff and things that are out there, but we think our price is good. It's just getting out there into a market that doesn't know we exist. We struggle sometimes trying to cater to the fantasy market too, because they don't know we exist, and they're hard to reach. Battletech's the same way, but I think like if we could get our foot in, we'd be in a good position to have some really affordable terrain for the community. That's our goal. Kind of diversifying. I mean, you've seen some of our products, Steiner. You know we do 40K and high-tech sci-fi infinity style stuff. You know we got what we got to offer, but a lot of people don't realize that we released Battletech stuff, and trying to raise that awareness is not the easiest thing to do. Okay. Get that glaze going. I feel like I'm gonna have to get a little heavier with that. My fade on the front is a little stronger than the fade on the rear, so we'll try and adjust that. Not too far off. That's not quite where I want it. I guess you guys can kind of see that a little better. Okay. I do have to remember to take my notes from the game last night, or our stream last night, to work, because I got to get some packages shipped out. We had some winners of some things. You know, with the Wave 2 Battletech stuff coming, maybe we'll have some mechs we can do as giveaways too. That would be cool. I love 40K. You guys know this, but I'm a little bit I don't know, disenfranchised right now. I'm just not happy with some of the things GW has done, or the speed with which they're doing things, because I can't keep up. It makes it very difficult for me. So there's some option, or there's a lot of interest in doing this as a change of pace. I was about to check some. Oh, right. Java, you still there? Ooh, almost knocked over a bunch of paints. Almost. I totally forgot. You asked about the box for Battletech, and I forgot. Let's see. I'll send you a DM. Now you can get these cheaper, or you can get these in different places, Java, if you're there. I'm just going to send you this one. Okay. Okay. So, I'm thinking we're almost there with the blue. I'm just going to pull a little bit more kind of towards the edge here. Maybe get a smidge of this dark color here because it's a little anemic. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite liking where it's at. It's not perfect because my process was slightly different, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think Alright, I think we might take just a skosh of this. And just lighten up right at the edge. I don't think it's going to take too much. I just want some of those edges to pop a little bit better than they were. They were not quite where I wanted them to be. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll mix these two colors together a little bit. Maybe, because I think the really bright color was just a little too much. Oh, you guys are seeing my scalp. I'm sorry. A little shark fin. Actually, not much of one now. I cut my hair last night. No one on the stream mentioned it, but yeah. I cut it all off. Hair is gone. It's a thing. Sometimes I start feeling a little not myself, and sometimes you gotta bring it back to center. And when I cut my hair yesterday, I felt like I could see myself again. And it's a really weird thing, and everyone's like, mental state of mind's different, but I didn't feel like me. So I cut my hair, and then I could kind of see me again. Yep. And it was a nice change of pace. It was a nice change up. I'm sure we'll have some facial hair again, or more of it in the future. I didn't mind it, but just right now, I needed a reset. You know, I needed to get that my image of myself back where I wanted it to be. You know. Thinking that's a little better there than what it was. Actually, let's kind of use the same thing on the front here that we did on the rear, just so the highlights are very similar. Kind of pull all that together. I'm reluctant to do much on the front, but I need them to match, so I think this is the way to do it. Okay, and let's grab a little bit of this dark color and just kind of line that right there back. I feel like I was a little nonchalant with those highlights there. Yeah. That looks nice. Maybe we'll force some of this into the recesses on a lot of these areas, like that really kind of dark line right there at the end. Yeah. I think that looks nice. Kind of right here too. Just get that. You know what? I don't even know why I'm doing that separation, because I'm going to come in with gold right there anyway. My God, I'm an idiot. Whatever. These are fine though. Where the blue meets the black was just stupid, because I am going to come back in and cover that up. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Yeah, I had to do something. I just wasn't feeling myself. This is still a nice thickness without being, poof. And there's a weird spot on the bottom. You can see like where my hair's weird. There's like a spot where it doesn't grow very well. But I like this. I think this looks clean and normal without being huge. And then my hair, I just buzzed it. It's gone. That's what we're doing. Looking at my facial hair. Okay. Alright, so I think I had determined that I wanted to do... I'm not sure if I want to do blue all the way up there. I think we're just going to do the blue arm. I think that's going to look fine. I spoke with Hobby Dad Gaming a while back about stream stuff. Hoping at some point we can coordinate and maybe do some teaching stuff. Show him some things and hang out. I'm not sure when that may happen, but that would be fun. Because he's working on some Battletech stuff himself and kind of having an opportunity to show him some of the things I do, teach a little bit, see what he's working on, talk about paint schemes he's doing, things like that. That would be a lot of fun, I think. Plus he's local, so that's a little bit easier to achieve. But yeah, I've not done any classes per se. I did help with DRD classes at Nova, but never any formal ones teaching painting. I think it would be a lot of fun. That's something I wanted to get into. It's why our Patreon kind of had that as an option at one point for some one-on-one time. Though I think Clan Wolf and Wheels were the only two at that level at the time. Neither one of them took me up on it. But they were options there. That's why when Clan Wolf wanted me to paint a model a few months back, I was just like, yo, you've been a supporter for a while. You've spent a lot of money on helping me do what I do, and you never used any of your benefits. If this is one of the few times you want something, I'm not going to charge you for it. You got it, bud. You got it. You earned it. You earned it. I also have a hard time charging people I know, for sure. It's really hard. Even people I don't know. I've felt guilty so often doing commission work because I never feel worthy. I don't feel like I'm good enough. And actually I wasn't even going to do that side, but I think we're going to come in and we're going to do I was going to leave the black down the legs. I thought it was cool, but I think now with the arm being blue, it's going to look stupid if we don't. So come in and we'll bring that in line. It's okay. We won't get the leg done today, but hopefully tomorrow we'll have enough forward progress that we can move on to one of the other mechs from the Lance. I'm pretty excited to work on the Urban mech just because he's adorable. Not very practical on the tabletop. Bit easy to stomp out, but he's cheap points. So I think he'll be fun just to paint and have on there, if anything, just to be a light little troll. He'll get blasted off the table and the Urban mech will rise again, and he'll come back, and he'll blast at you eventually. He's gonna get something. His little AC-20 is gonna blap somebody someday, somehow. I have faith in my little Irby. Also, I make pretty dumb jokes, so he may, the dice gods may not appreciate them and may just be like, nope, negative. Your little Irby mech ain't rising for nothing. He gonna die. I'll be like, no, little Irby. Little Irby, you can do it. I don't know. I just assume my mercs are benevolent, so maybe I need to have better stereotypes to use with them, like goofy voices. Maybe not dumb bad guy voices. Maybe I need to be like the good guys.
I don't know. I mean, my lore, my fluff, honestly, for my my canon character is the leader of the mercs that I'm currently painting. He's a Republic of the Sphere Knight, so he is sort of a good guy, I think. Also, why getting that canon character slot that you guys helped fund was so important to me. I didn't. I think it was $40. It was out of my price range, but I did get the little Irby. He's cute. Come on. He's got an AC-20. When he shoots, his whole torso goes whoop. He spins. He's like clack, whoop, reset. Clack, whoop, reset. That's what happens. I know that was really annoying, but sometimes when I do annoying sounds like that, Snoofy clips them and makes ringtones. But yeah, I think he's an adorable little guy. I got one more coming just for the trolls. This one's gonna be my my mercenary one, and then I'm gonna paint another one in white and blue, and maybe silver, a little bit of gold, and he's gonna be R2FU, and he's gonna be my little mercenary solo guy. He's so cool. He got a unique paint job. That's specifically why I got a second Irby mech, was so that I could do a trolley paint scheme. I mean, that's fair. 100% fair. Janella Sin, awesome. We highly recommend using Rust-Oleum enamel-based primer to seal up your MDF. That's the main thing that a lot of people get hung up on, is how to prepare their terrain. That's the big thing. You want to prep it with the enamel. It doesn't have to be Rust-Oleum, but enamel-based primer is going to give you the best results because it's going to seal the MDF. If you can't get access to enamel-based primer, filler primer works really good. You can use automotive filler primer. That'll work for most MDF stuff. But we found the enamel stuff to work out really, really well. And it's cheap. Rust-Oleum primers and paints are really cheap. But that's what I would recommend. Hopefully that helps you out. Yeah, okay, see, the acrylic, you could wipe it down. You don't have to prime the acrylic. If it's windows for your terrain, I totally forgot. You don't have to paint the acrylic. You could just glue it in. The MDF, for sure. The acrylic can be a little dusty from the laser cutting and all the debris kicking up. So there's that, yeah. But for sure, if it's acrylic you want to stay shiny and look like black windows, don't prime that. Glue that in afterwards. No, I meant enamel, for the MDF. Let me see here. Yeah, it should look something like this. Get off the screen, things. There might be a Krylon too. Let me see. Let me look at the labels here. Yeah, so it's the Rust-Oleum we use. Yeah, man. Steiner, the issue you might run into with the MDF is if you don't use filler primer or this enamel primer, which this one doesn't say primer, I don't think. I think this is just a flat color. You can get flat white, flat black, whatever. The MDF is very porous and is likely to absorb the paint. So like a standard Rust-Oleum flat black primer in a rattle can on the MDF, it takes multiple coats, because you'll see it wick into the material. It absorbs it like a sponge. You don't think it would, but it does. Yeah, so if you seal it with filler primer or this type of stuff, again, the enamel stuff's what we use, it works really good, then you can spray whatever you want on top, because it fills in those pores. And this is something we learned over time, because when we first started, it was a struggle getting used to the material. But those two options work. This is the brands that we use, but any type of filler primer should work, or this Rust-Oleum enamel if you grab that. But like I said, once you seal it, once it's primed and it's sealed with this stuff and the pores are filled up, you should be able to paint over the top just like normal, because it's not absorbing anymore. The pores are kind of locked in. I'm glad I got to you ahead of time, because you might have been like, screw DRD, I'm out. After, if you didn't know that, you might have been like, I don't know why the MDF material's absorbing all my paint. This is shit. Yeah. So, and then our base toppers are acrylic. You can spray those with any kind of primer you want. If you're going to paint them, we like base toppers and whatnot. We highly recommend doing a quick scuff with some sandpaper and then wipe them down and then prime. You could do it without that, but that helps give it a little, oomph to attach to. Once the primer's down, you don't see the scratches anymore. It's very light buff. And you can paint them as normal too. Janelle, let me cheat here. Let's see here. I think our instructions say that. So if you look at the instructions, yeah, so it's in our instructions. We highly recommend priming with flat enamel spray paint. Rust-Oleum and Krylon make these types of paints and are what we use in the studio. Yeah, so anyone who goes to the instruction page, it's on the front list here for what we recommend to do. This is just the first instructions I could get to. Yep. Boom. Yeah, if you ever got questions, hit me up here, post in the Discord, post in the Facebook, send us a message on actual DRD page if you want. You'll get me or you'll get Austin. What did you pick up? If you don't mind me asking, what products did you get? And God knows, over the last 3 weeks or so, we have been slammed. We had a Kickstarter order that went out for Gangs of the Undercity that we had done terrain for, and then we had Black Friday. So like we are finally to a point where we can relax a little bit at work and maybe even get back to doing some design work. It's been hella busy. Well, nice. I'm glad that you were able to take advantage of those deals. And please, if you run an Instagram or Facebook, Discord, anything, throw up some photos while you're working on that. Tag us. I know every streamer, every business wants you to do that, but like, especially with our Lost Enclave and our Arc set, those are very new and people don't know we have them. And the price point on those for the number of buildings you get is really, really affordable. So we're trying hard to get that out there. Hex City for Battletech, and our new Shattered Landscape, Lost Enclave, and Arc, which are part of the Shattered Landscape line. We're really trying hard to branch out. Nice. Awesome. It's also part of why I made a push, and Austin backs the things that I do in terms of content creators. That's why I made a push, and I was like, yo, let's get a lot of stuff out there. Obviously, that helps us with raising awareness, but, you know, content creators don't know that we have the new stuff either, and giving them a chance to work with the new products, give us feedback, and engage with their community on it is super helpful. You know, people know us for what they already know we do, but when something new comes out, it's always a challenge getting that new product to raise the awareness of new products. What I'm trying to say, and it's always a challenge. So we're trying. We are definitely trying. I'm also trying really hard to forge really good working relationships with content creators too. So like going forward, we've got really good mutual relationships established with creators who want to do stuff with us. It's one of the things we really want to be doing. And Steiner's one of the guys that we're working with. We got him some stuff that's come in, and hoping that he has a good time with it, and we have a nice, fruitful relationship or arrangement. Not only does it help us, we want to make sure that we're helping support content creators as well, because like it's a business for them too. They want to do stuff that's cool that their viewers want to see, and you know, if they're doing well and we're doing well and the community's doing well, everyone's doing well, and that's why we're trying to be actively engaged. And the creators that really want to work with us and continue to use the products, we want to make sure that we're fostering that that goodwill. You know what I mean? struggling with that spot down there. I think I'm just trying to go kind of too quickly with the colors. I think that's kind of what I'm suffering with here. But fortunately, we'll play around with the glazing and hopefully be able to bring her back together. Hopefully. We'll see what we can do. Won't be today because we are running out of time on the stream. Definitely running out of time. Ain't got much time left. Yeah. Nice. All right, let's bring up Lost Enclave here. So we've got a few options here. We've got Lost Enclave. Oh, that's instructions. I'm a dumbass. Hold on. These are under our Shattered Landscape heading. We've got the Lost Enclave battle set. It's $70. And it is 4 large, 4 medium, 4 small, and 8 broken barricade, which is these. 8 pieces. Give you a little bit of size comparison there. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you're familiar then. Yeah, so it's 70 for the bot battle set for Lost Enclave, 70 for the Arc battle set, and 120 for both. So you save $20. And you get 4 pods, 4 double pods, 4 antennas, 8 barricades, then 4 large buildings, 4 medium buildings, 4 small buildings, and 8 broken wall barricades. All together. We think this is going to be really good for Warhammer 40k. Real easy way to stock your table. Hey, Handley, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Coming up on 1 year. Thank you. So stocking up or stock your table really, really easy with terrain is kind of what we're aiming for. $120 and you get a lot of stuff. We think it's going to really work. And if you need or if you're interested, a coupon code there, save you 10% as well. And indeed, Handley, indeed, it has been a very long year, man. Very long year. Lots of ups and downs, too, in a variety of avenues, in a variety of ways. COVID just being the one palpably on the surface. A lot of stuff going down. Yeah. Okay. But how you doing, man? Mr. Handley. Just Handley. Coming in, hanging out. How have you been, man? How's school? Hey, Forbias, how you doing, man? No problem. I know I'm getting ready to go offline, but I'm glad you're doing well. Glad you could make it and pop in for just a few minutes. Hey, well, I hope you're doing well. I hope the doctor's appointment went well. How are you today? Oh, man. Alien probing ain't got shit on the medical center. Yep. Yeah, I can't imagine being in your situation, man. It's gotta suck. For sure. I mean, I'm stating the obvious. You know this. Of course it sucks. You lived through it. But yeah, dude, that's rough stuff, man. Hey, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you're still getting some hobby progress in, too, despite the shitty shit that you're going through. That's good. I do have to get ready to roll. I just want to get a little bit of that transition on before we go. We're working on it. It's very subtle right now, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there with our blend on it. We got the back of the leg good today. There's a very subtle transition right here and right here. Once we get some more of the glazing down and some of the colors, I think this is really going to start to pop a bit better. And this is all me trying to practice and learn new things, get used to glazing better, trying to blend better, do a lot of stuff that I would attempt to do with an airbrush and probably not get the same effect. Not that you can't, because you can, you just got to be really skilled with your airbrush, and I'm okay with it. Perhaps not skilled enough to be trying to get some of these blends like this with an airbrush, but there are things you can do. But I'm trying to do some stuff by hand. Also, get me some experience with these more forgiving Battletech style models, so that when my busts and stuff come in from Black Friday, when I go to work on them, I've got a little bit more experience, and I've progressed. I think Nemo was a fun project and turned out reasonably well. I'd like for future ones to look equal to or better than him, and practicing here kind of primes me for making some improvements, hopefully, in the future. But once we get that blend on here going, and then the edge highlights, it's really going to pop and push the highlights up and the shades down. But yeah, I'm really liking how that is turned out. It's definitely a different process for me, that is for sure. For sure. And I also have this this is all wet, so I've been sopping up paint on there and water. My leg's wet, but it's been worth it, been trying. That said, I'm not going to be able to close my wet palette because the paint all leaked over, so we'll prime some more tomorrow, and we won't get as close to the edge on that so that the paint does not fly over. But before we go, I am going to close down my wet palette here. Wring out any of that paint that's in here, at least as best I can. Okay, so there we go. Wet palette, semi-cleaned. Not perfect, but semi. So, but on that note, folks, that is going to bring us to the end of our stream today. It is that time of the stream, that time of the day, that time when I got to get ready to sign off. I got to get ready to go work. Got to get ready to make some money, and making money is good. So let's see who we've got online for a raid here. Alright, let's see here. Bring up a little Twitchy Poo. Oh, Twitch, who we got online today? I know Monument's probably getting ready to get offline. Let's see, how long's he been on? Oh, we might have a little bit of time with him. Yeah, so today I would normally go to Studio J7, but let's hit up Monument. We have a shipment for him that's going to be scheduled for pickup on Wednesday. So he's going to have a restock of some paint handles. Not paint handles. The paint racks, the half racks and the base racks. So they'll be picking those up hopefully on Wednesday and have them out to his shop in Arizona hopefully soon. We'll see how that goes. It's one of the largest shipments we've ever done. Got a little bit of a freight pickup that is scheduled. So if you've been missing out on some Slow Fuse products, make sure you check them out. And we'll have that going out soon. And if you're interested in picking up some of the racks or some paints, which you saw me using today, check out Monument Hobbies. There's a link for you and a coupon code to save you 5%. But on that note, folks, we're going to go ahead and get this raid ready to fire off over to Monument Hobbies. But before we do so, we're going to end on some positive notes, leave you with a little something to hopefully make you feel good. So let's get into that before we sign off today. Alright guys, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We've had a great crowd, lots of chat, lots of things to discuss, and we're fresh off the heels of our first live stream game we played. Not a video game, but an actual tabletop game. We played some Battletech Alpha Strike last night. So for all of you guys who came and took part in that and participated, thank you. For everyone who supported to make that happen, thank you as well. Moving forward, that's probably going to be one of our monthly stream goals, and if we hit it, we'll schedule that bonus stream on a Sunday night and play some Battletech Alpha Strike. And then once we get more comfortable with other games, rules, and have models and stuff to do them, we might do some Warhammer, Necromunda, sorry, it's not Warhammer, some Kill Team, that's Warhammer, maybe some Infinity and things of that nature, small scale, low model count games that we can easily get on camera. Warhammer 40k is going to be the outlier that is unlikely to happen very often, because in order to do those types of live streams, you need models, you need armies, you need books, you need to know everything, and it's a lot of stuff to try and do on stream against the stream. It's possible that we could have a live stream battle report where you guys get to hang out and watch us play, but don't necessarily get to participate. For games where we participate, it's going to have to be stuff that's easy to do, low model count, easier rules. And being low model count makes it easier to be able to have armies on hand. 40k is really, really hard. It's very expensive. Getting stuff built and painted, let alone just buying it and getting it ready, it's a lot. So I don't know if we'll be getting any major 40k stuff where you guys get to participate often, but the low model count stuff is stuff that we can do, and hopefully next year we'll be in a position where we can do those types of games from here as well, or from wherever I'm living. Having a spare bedroom to do that in would be great. We'll probably have a donation goal at some point next year to, if we get to that point, to pick up the switcher deck. We would need to do it, and a couple extra cameras. They won't be as expensive as this one because that's not necessary, but there'll be some things that we try to do. So, but on that note, let's end on some positive messages here. As always, I'd like to encourage you guys to pick up that paintbrush, put brush to model every day if you have some time. Don't allow the fear, anxiety, depression, and worries of everyday life to dictate what you do, both inside the hobby and out. Pursue the interests that you have. Try the things you want to try. And in the hobby, make sure you paint those models. Sometimes the pursuit of finishing a project can be daunting. Sometimes you need to change that scope from a full army to a unit to a single model. Maybe you need to take a break from painting, maybe work on a different project altogether, or change what it is you're working on. The assembly line painting can burn us out. It can be daunting. It can be monotonous. So maybe instead of working on 100 Space Marine bolters at a time, you paint 10 bolt guns, you do 10 helmets, you do 10 pouches, and you change it up. It's not quite as efficient, but it keeps things fresh. You change it up. It's not as monotonous, and you guys will see me do that on stream all the time. The moral of the story here, though, folks, is I'd like to encourage you guys to not allow something that you love to become something that you hate. This is a lifelong pursuit, a lifelong hobby, a lifelong form of self-expression and catharsis through your art. Don't allow it to become something you hate. Consider the narrative when you work on your miniatures. Every nick, ding, scratch, and imperfection is something you have control over. And in a world, in a reality right now where things seem so far beyond and outside of our control, this is somewhere where you can exercise control. With one brush stroke at a time, you can forge a narrative of your choosing. The miniatures that you work on can have names, battles have taken part in, accolades, a universe they hail from. What are they to you? And as you've forged those narratives and painted those models, I highly encourage you guys, when it's safe to do so, to get out there in the real world, the physical world, and engage with others. Again, when it is safe, play games, enjoy others' company, make sure they're having a good time and feeling good, enjoy the narrative, the clash that's unfolding, the story that's unfolding on the tabletop before you. But just as importantly, I highly encourage you guys to get out there in the digital realm as well. Our social media feeds are full of negative bullshit that we get blasted and bombarded with every day. Let's do what we can to combat that. Let's fill our social media feeds with our hobby happiness, something that makes us feel good. Be proud of what you work on, whether you're an award-winning artist, a new artist, or anything in between. Post your work. Get it out there for others to see. I promise you there's someone out there right now who's swiping through their social media feed and they're feeling down. They're not motivated to paint. Your post, your picture could be the catalyst for getting them motivated to paint and to pick up a paintbrush and get them moving again. There's somebody right now who's never ever seen Warhammer 40k. They've never seen a tabletop mini in their life. They don't know what it is. Somehow, just maybe your post is what comes across their social media feed. You could be that fire that gets planted within them that grows into something huge and becomes a blazing inferno in terms of them being excited about something new. You could be that change for somebody. You can be that catalyst for getting into something new simply by just posting photos. So get out there, fill your social media feeds with stuff that you are proud of. Be proud of what you work on, and spread a little bit of hobby happiness one post at a time. And as we end today's stream, as we always do, I highly encourage you guys to leave the world a better place than you found it in every sense of that statement, in every way you can interpret it. You never know what people are going through in their everyday lives, and it pays to be kind, always. Those that you engage with may be having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad go at life in general. And the way that you engage with them can have a positive impact on them, even if you're not there to see it. I promise you, you are armed, you are equipped, you have the tools to have a positive impact on others should you bring those weapons to bear. Simply by saying please, saying thank you, holding a door open, making eye contact, making someone feel like a valued human being, smiling at them, can be the difference between a good day and a bad day. Those small little gestures, they can have a profound difference, a profound impact on others. You may not even realize it. I highly encourage you guys to sail through this life, leaving positivity and happiness in your wake. There's enough negativity and bullshit in the world. Let's be a part of the solution and not the problem. And here we are, though, folks. We're at the end of the stream. And I'm going to go ahead and step down from my pulpit, kick that soapbox out from under me, and get this raid ready to fire off to Slow Fuse Monument Hobbies, Mr. Jason Craze himself. If you guys happen to go over there again, hit that follow button, spam some emotes, get hype in the chat, and let them know, Justin, I sent you. I brought you in. I wanted to spread a little bit of positivity, a little bit of hobby happiness, and let them know what's up. On that note, folks, we're going to go ahead and get this raid going out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully, I will catch you guys tomorrow. But as always, keep rolling those dice, keep painting those models, and I will catch you next time.